Why do I feel so lost in life? That question doesn't usually come during the day. It comes at night, when everything is quiet, when distractions fade, when you can finally hear your own thoughts, and suddenly, there it is. That heavy feeling, like everyone else received a map, and you somehow missed yours. You look at your life, and nothing feels completely wrong, but nothing feels completely right either. You're functioning, you're surviving, you're showing up, but inside, you feel disconnected from direction, from clarity, from certainty, and maybe you don't even say it out loud, but the thought whispers, what am I doing with my life? You scroll, you compare, you measure your progress against timelines that were never designed for you, and slowly, you begin to believe you are behind, you are late, you're lost. But let's pause right there. What if feeling lost is not failure? What if it's awareness? Because here's something most people don't realize. You don't feel lost when you're distracted. You feel lost when you start waking up. When the goals that once motivated you don't excite you anymore. When the path you were following starts to feel like someone else chose it. When success looks different than you imagined. That discomfort, that confusion, that quiet internal shaking is not collapse. It's recalibration. You're not lost. You're questioning. And questioning means you are thinking for yourself. Maybe the life you built so far was based on survival, based on pleasing, based on expectations, based on I should instead of I want. And now, your inner world is asking for honesty. That can feel terrifying because clarity requires change, and change requires letting go. And letting go feels like losing direction before gaining a new one. That in-between space, that empty hallway between doors, feels like being lost, but it's actually transition. You are not without direction. You are between versions. The old identity is dissolving, and the new one has not fully formed yet. Of course that feels unstable. Of course that feels uncertain. But instability does not mean destruction. Sometimes it means growth, outgrowing its container. Think about it. Every major life shift comes with confusion first. Before clarity, there is fog. Before confidence, there is doubt. Before direction, there is wandering. The problem is, we were never taught that wandering is part of the path. We were taught that certainty equals success. But real growth is messy. It is nonlinear. It is uncomfortable. And sometimes it feels like losing yourself, when really you are shedding layers that were never truly you. You are not late in life. You are early in awareness. There is a difference. The fact that you are asking, why do I feel lost, means you are no longer asleep in autopilot. You are paying attention. And paying attention is the beginning of alignment. Maybe you feel lost because the life you were chasing was never meant to satisfy you. Maybe you feel lost because your values are changing. Maybe you feel lost because you are no longer willing to settle for survival. That is not weakness. That is evolution. But evolution is uncomfortable. Caterpillars don't feel organized inside the cocoon. It feels like dissolving, and that dissolving looks like chaos before it looks like transformation. So if you feel lost tonight, instead of asking, what is wrong with me? Try asking, what is changing inside me? What am I outgrowing? What no longer fits? What truth am I finally ready to admit? Lost does not mean broken. Lost can mean searching, and searching means you still care. You still hope. You still believe there is something more aligned for you. You are not drifting aimlessly. You are adjusting your compass. That adjustment takes silence, takes stillness, takes nights like this, where you sit with discomfort instead of running from it. And that takes strength. More strength than pretending everything is fine. So, if life feels unclear right now, if your direction feels blurry, if you feel like you should be further ahead, breathe. You are not behind. You are becoming aware. And awareness always feels disorienting before it feels empowering. You are not lost forever. You are in transition. And transition is where real identity is built. Not the version shaped by pressure, but the version shaped by truth. Tonight, you don't need all the answers. You don't need a 5-year plan. You don't need certainty. You just need patience with yourself. Let yourself be in this question without labeling it failure. Let yourself wander without calling it weakness. Let yourself not know, because not knowing is honest. And honesty is the beginning of direction. You are not alone in this feeling. More people feel lost than you realize. They just don't say it out loud. But you did, even if only inside your own mind. And that matters. You are not lost. You are unfolding. And unfolding is not always graceful, but it is always forward.